A 14-point range from 9:30 to 4 o'clock, and we move 20 handles in 30 minutes overnight. I guess we got to start being night traders instead of day traders. Let's talk some earnings. You're either going way up or way down. We got CPI. We got Kenny Glick at 8:05. We got to get this show going right now.
Coming to you live from downtown Detroit, this is Benzinga's Pre-Market Prep with your host, Joel Elconin.
This is a volatile puppy here, isn't it?
And Dennis Dick.
I'm bidding a penny. I'd buy that stock for a penny.
With everything you need to start your trading day.
All right, starting the day in the red by 6.5 handles, 41.2750. The buck up slightly, 15 cents, 101.55. Bonds up a half a point ahead of the CPI at 130 and 5/30 seconds. Crude down 77 cents, 72.94. Gold down slightly, 640 at 20.3650. Silver in the red by 12 cents at 25.77. And Bitcoin just kind of hanging out here, down $70 at 27,700. Gonna bring in Triple D, and Triple D, every once in a while I like to throw you a curveball. Okay? Are you ready for a curveball?
Trying.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So in your long trading career, has there been a 4-word mantra that you have followed that has led to your continued success? A 4-word mantra.
Holy mackerel. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
I'll give you a hint.
You
literally
knows?
my hand is giving you the hint.
Yes.
It's over your right hand shoulder, maybe.
Be prepared.
Oh, no, we didn't see. No.
What are your quotes, baby?
Hey, close. There you
go. You got one. You got two words.
Keep calm, make money.
Keep calm, make money, baby.
Seriously, what is it?
If you guys don't know, Dennis, show them it. Show them the
Is
sign.
that it?
You have the sign right there. Keep calm, make money, baby. That's what
my
we're here for.
wife bought me that. That's what she forces me in here. So she puts that in the corner and says, "Don't leave there. We need money." Keep calm, make money. I start getting upset. She just points to the sign. I get out of line. She points to the sign. Keep calm, make money.
Mitch and I noticed that this morning, so I wanted to start the show with that. CPI, Dennis. I mean, we're going to have some easy comparisons here. I'll bring up the S&P. We're just hanging out. I mean, dead money. I mean, what is going on here with the volatility? I know it's easy for you to stay calm right now because we're not going anywhere.
Sleeping, man. It's been sleepy trading. Last night, besides Joel, and he'll tell you about a little overnight action, there was a blip. Besides that, though, I tell you, this has been one of the slowest periods for volatility in the last 6 weeks that I have seen in a long time. Look, we were talking about where we've been in the last year. Look at where we've been in the last month. We just sit here and we're hugging around 410. The last 6 weeks, I mean, we've crossed over 410 on days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We kissed at 6, 7, 8, kissing in a couple of days there. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like 15 days. We've kissed or been touching 410. I mean, can you stretch that out and just show that? Because then
I'll go to the daily. Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
Daily out. Yeah.
If you can show the 6 weeks, we have just gone absolutely nowhere in 6 weeks, and I can feel it in the trading. One thing my trading does not do well on, and most people's trading, is when stocks don't move. Stocks go up, I can make some money. Stocks go down, I can make some money. You're a stock trader and stocks don't move? That's tough. That's a tough environment. You can write options, and that's maybe the most fantastic thing to do right now is stocks don't move. But it's really been quiet. We do have individual stocks moving, upstart crazy move here overnight. But overall, this S&P is just sitting here going nowhere.
And I looked at the monthly there, and we just took out both on the Spider and the S&P. We just nicked the monthly low, and we just went above the monthly high. So, but consolidation, right? Consolidation leads to, to future moves here. And we have a catalyst coming up at 8:30 with the CPI number. So we have been moving off that. We also have the debt ceiling that's kind of keeping people on pins and needles. But you know what? You just got to keep calm because well, we don't know that this volatility is eventually going to pick up here. But
I think it can continue to leak. And again, there are periods of time. Don't kid yourself here. When you see the VIX at 18, we have seen periods of time where I've seen the VIX go down to single digits. Did it back in like 2011, 2012, where we hit 9. I remember. Now, it was maybe even before that. It might have been 2004, 2005. There's been periods of time where we do have the VIX in the low teens, and that is really quiet trade. So this is like average trade right now we're into. We're just so used to the last couple of years where we've been getting pretty significant volatility. We've been spoiled with volatility, but we're kind of back to where, average, where we're moving around. Maybe you're moving around 0.75% on the S&P, like you were talking about the ATR on the SPY here, Mitch, for the last few weeks, and it has come in a lot as well, and we can see that in the charts. It's just quiet, and we're coming back into maybe more normalized markets because this VIX at 30 isn't sustainable. It doesn't stay up there. VIX, at 40s or 50s doesn't stay up there for long at all. VIX at 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, it's kind of where its home is. That's probably the average if we look at it long term. So you're getting back into like average markets. So even though it feels slow, it's because we were coming off of a period of such high volatility. This is more normal trading.
All right, and definitely going to be looking to see what happens in the CPI report. I'm with you, Dennis. Definitely seeing the volatility come down. Now, CPI today, I put it out on my Twitter. I'm a little bit concerned because when was the energy reading taken, right? Of course, we saw energy had gotten that OPEC spike, right? And I think that might actually cause this estimate to be actually low. I think that we're going to come in actually hot on this report due to that energy being at the 80s versus how it was in the prior readings where it was in the 70s. So that's one thing that I'll be looking at.
They won't want to see a hot number here.
Yeah.
Because that's going to spook them. Because right now, the market is basically priced in that the Fed is done. A CPI report today that comes in hot. We're just doing scenario analysis. Comes in hot. I think they will hammer stocks if it comes in hot. I don't know if it's going to come in hot. I don't have a crystal ball here. I mean, you're speculating off energy prices, but it's obviously only one little piece of it. It's going to be interesting, though. If it comes in hot, you're going to see the stocks get hit pretty hard. Comes in light, maybe it's going to have a big move here. If it comes in line, maybe we just continue to chop around here. So, but in any regard here, this 830 number is big.
Really big. But I'll tell you what, team, we got a little bit of special for you guys. When you get right to our interview, we got the Warlock, hit the bid. You guys know he ain't going to hold anything back. Let's get it started here. Kenny, what's going on?
We made Kenny laugh. How come? You like the intro?
Oh, you guys are taking CPI data serious. We're in a bull market again. Nothing matters. We're going up. Woo! Bull market.
So, and I've argued with JC Peretz about this.
Again,
I've argued that we were in a sideways in that market, not a bull market, because we did this exercise yesterday. We're in the same spot on the SPY that we were 18 months ago, 12 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 month ago. I kind of think we're just in a sideways market here, Kenny.
Yeah, it's sideways, bullish-ish.
Why bullish, though? Why?
Bullish-ish because the dips are being bought. The old trade's back. So,
but the rips are being sold, too.
Yeah, but that's okay for the day trade. We're trading. But now we have this notion that, okay, if the stock's gap down, we're probably going to be buying it. So, like when I look at Airbnb, I'm looking for a buy. PayPal was kind of a dud yesterday. I was kind of surprised, but the market just refuses to go down. And when I'm trading the Qs, I don't even look at the SPYs, which is kind of odd. I know.
You're NASDAQ trader. That's why you're in a bull market. Right. That's why he's in a bull market. Because NASDAQ is in a bull market. I will give you that. Qs are full on in a bull market. Right. So I'll give you that, Kenny.
And Dennis, I mean, trading is back. And every morning I wake up and there's 4 biotech stocks going absolutely blitzkrieg.
That's true, too.
So, and it's like, I could pick three of those and just concentrate on those all day. And I kind of get distracted from the main idea. Palantir was my go-to trade yesterday. I was watching the PayPal. I'm all about the earnings reports and the gap reversions. That's my main trade. But when these biotechs are popping off every day, ENSC, you got TCRX today, there's 3 or 5 of them every morning. So I've been doing that in the morning to get the juices flowing. And then, when the market opens up, we start looking at options. But the bullish moment that we're in, it's been great for the QQQ because of these daily options. Hi, I'm a degenerate gambler. Can I have weekly, now daily options? Yay!
Let's do hourly. Kenny.
Oh, yeah,
let's go with hourly options.
Dennis, what's the stock going to be in the next 15 seconds? Go.
Let's do that. We'll be millionaires just coming up with that product. We're going to create the hourly options.
I think they have
options. And then we can even create the microsecond options for the high frequency traders.
The microsecond options.
Microsecond options.
Exactly.
Just for, Citadel and Virtue, they can trade the microsecond options too.
Yeah,
they'll love that.
We'll be broke very quickly on doing something like that. We'll be the only people selling options and market makers to go broke in 2 weeks.
We're getting picked off by Citadel everywhere on those micro options.
Kenny, what would change your mind on this market? Is there a level? Is there sentiment?
Yeah,
is it the little old lady from Pasadena called you up and said S&P or Qs, man, they're going to the moon? What would change your sentiment?
Well, my sentiment's still it's bullish-ish. I'm right smack dab in the middle. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for this market to roll over. But the reason I'm bullish is because this market is so reminiscent of when I blew my account up in 2012 and 2013. The market kind of was pausing and I thought it was going to roll over every day, and it just never rolled over. And I kept shorting it and I kept getting beat. So now that I've lived through that and I've had a terrible, 18 months, this is that same moment. So now I refuse to get short. And again, I'm not doing many positions, but the market, when it changes, there's very specific levels, monthly levels. The reactions to the last 2 Fed reports are very specific levels because of this sideways action. The bigger this range is, if we resolve to the downside, I will change my tune, strap back on the bear costume, and we'll start crushing stocks. But again, I'm mostly liquid still, and I plan to stay that way. And the only thing I've been doing is selling puts on some of these stocks that I really like. And, it's been working out because we're in this bullish moment. But the first hint of any bearishness, I'll start, changing my tune.
Give us a couple stocks that you really like.
I've been trading NNOX like a beast since that explosion to the upside. Every time. And again, this is one of those bullish-ish moments. The stock has come out with what's usually looked as negative news, and it's been bought both times. So, 3 times now. NNOX, beautiful uptrend. Again, I'm going to watch Rivian today and Roblox today, see if they get that same reaction. But most of the time, I'm right on, when the banks were reporting, I was all the PACW and the FRC and the DPST. We just go where the action is. And again, we have a few stocks that we like to trade on a daily basis. I've been trading this little guy CDLX from last quarter. Stock keeps hitting 5 and change and pops back to 7. You can make a living right there. I've been trading this ENVX, which is, there's rumors of a Tesla takeover on that one. That keeps getting bought on dips. So that one's a pretty good one to trade, again, for you swing traders. And just now on Rivian, this is what I love. Smack it down, turn around, and buy it. So we just got long, 32.81 on Rivian, and we're already having a little bit of a payday right here. So I'm sorry, Roblox. I apologize.
Roblox. I was like, this one.
Yeah, you got the.
So you just bought it right now in the pre-market.
Yeah, right there, 32.89. So
take us through this trade, because this looks like catching a falling knife to me. But you must be seeing something, because I know you're always about your levels and about mean reversion and everything. Why 32.83?
Yeah, when you saw the stock break down, the first reaction candle when it got smoked, you went down to, I think it was 32. Then you popped back to 33. The bottom of that prior candle was the 32.89.
Yeah,
when you broke that and came right back. That's where I strike. Then you get back to the VWAP. I'll start taking profits right here. So I'm offering out 33.30, and if I get done, there's a quick 50 cents for you. So you go, even on 300 shares,
reversion, baby.
You just get the ball rolling in the beginning of the day. Take some small lots. This is what I train my people to do. Just get the ball rolling. You don't have to go nuts in the pre-market. The illiquidity can get you. But when you're trading very specific setups the way we do, it's all about price, all about VWAP. We're buying these dips and then just selling the rip, like you said. And again, if it sustains a rally now, our next target would be $34.14. You get over there, then we're looking for 35. And then we just sell into the move. So as long as you're buying something and selling some, you put a stop on what you have read on. I know there's no stops in the pre-market, but you got your finger on the trigger,
Right.
starts to roll over, and you get out. Now that we've got this range forming, we start looking at the Roblox options when the market opens up with the same range that forms in the pre-market. So we trade pre-market lightly, and then we get a little bit more aggressive when the regular session opens up.
Let's take it to Airbnb because it's had earnings here too. And you mentioned it earlier, and this has just been a steady leak down here. But you mentioned that, you're looking at this, as a possible buy here today. At some point in time, it will bounce. I mean, that's what they do. They eventually do bounce if you can time them right. This has been like down 19. I mean, this is a stock that has been pretty much in favor here in 2021 and now goes completely out of favor just like that. Thoughts here, Kenny, on how to trade Airbnb?
Okay, exactly. You see how it got down to 107.50? So I'm going to wait to see it test the 107.50. If it breaks the 107.50 but holds the 107, that's when I start getting the scope out. Again, we're hunters and fishermen out here with prey. So if it gets back to 107 and makes a little home there, give me a base, and then I'm not going to have to chase. So give me the base.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Range. Then we get the reversion to the VWAP, which is around that 108 area.
Mm-hmm.
After the 108, then you probably get a move back to the 110. So that's where we look for it. So again, and if it doesn't come into that range, we just don't trade it. If it breaks the 107, obviously it's probably going to 105. But my default is to normally look for a buy in Airbnb. Just like PayPal yesterday, we had one buy on it. I thought it would be a glorious buy yesterday. What's going on? The stock's dead. It's just awful. And we just walked away. Went back to the Palantir, which was cooperating. So we just go where the money is, where the action is, and where we're treated right. And every trade we put on is the risk rewards in our favor. If we're wrong, there's small losses. But when they're wins, they're awesome.
So, Kenny, when you're looking at these, of course, are you waiting for the price action to tell you where the support is, or are you using anything like a Bollinger Band? You're looking for expansion to kind of hold there?
Absolutely. All I have is right now on Airbnb chart would be only the price. So I look at that 107.10 low print, and if it tests it and holds it, then I start thinking, hey, maybe this is the bottom, and I could start buying 107.50 using the 107.10 as my out. And then if it retraces back to the VWAP, I'm already in a payday, and then I wait to see if it breaks, and I'm already selling into the move. So right now that 107.10 is the most significant spot on this stock. Breaks it, I got to wait for a new range to form, and then I just stalk my prey and get ready to attack.
Love it, Kenny. I've seen you nail a couple of those mean reversions trades in your room, so I love to see it. Definitely, guys, check out the Warlock. Joel, you got a comment here?
Yeah, I just want to know what you think of X, because you just rattled off like 7 stocks and they all had an X in it. So are you like, I had ENV, I could even pull them up, and KMNOX.
X trade.
Yeah, I actually took ecstasy the other day because every stock I was trading with had an X involved. So I was just like,
you said it
all.
All
right, let's go.
That has
the only
to
stock
be
I didn't buy so far is U.S. Steel.
Oh boy, that has to be our first drug-related comment on a non.
You asked for it.
Don't do some rave trading
I set
here.
him up. I went like this. And
Rave trading, baby. Rave trading.
All right, Kenny. We know you gotta hit your show. Hit your.
All right, be careful out there. I'm also looking at short
Kenny
Rivian.
Click,
So.
man, hitthebid.com.
Yeah.
One of the funniest, best guys on Wall Street. We love having Kenny. Okay.
I love you guys. Good luck, my friends.
Take care, Kenny. All right. The master with the VWAP reversions. And I'm telling you, mean reversions are definitely something that I look at. I actually play the fade. And a lot of times it's like Kenny just picks up that trade at the bottom and trades it right back to me. So that's how it can be sometimes, team. So check him out. If you haven't checked it out before, hitthebid.com. And I know he does a couple of different shows. So definitely check out Kenny. What are we seeing in the market, Joel?
We're just climbing back just incrementally. We are back in mid-range on the session, so that's no big deal. I was making a big deal, and if someone, I looked at this move here at 3:30, and a lot of time moves happen at like 4 o'clock. But I didn't really see anything news related here. I just think you had someone that just came in, took advantage of the illiquidity here in the market, and just knocked it down. Just, hey, where are the bids? Where are the bids? Where are the bids? Well, there aren't any, and they knocked it down. And now we're just climbing our way back incrementally, still in a range. Be keeping an eye on that closing price at 41.34. But we talk about things being quiet, but not everything's so quiet here. We talked with Kenny about Airbnb. Do you want to do the numbers on that and do some
Yeah,
quick
let's run through
technicals?
that really quickly. And just at least from what I saw a lot of people say this was a bad report. I looked into the report. I thought this was a decent report. It wasn't bad at all in my eyes, but let's take a look. Q1 EPS 18 cents beat the 7-cent estimate. Sales of 1.8 billion beat the 1.6 billion estimate. They see Q2 23 revenue at 2.35 billion to 2.45 billion versus a 2.42 billion estimate. They did approve a new share repurchase authorization of up to 2.5 billion of Class A common stock, and you guys are seeing it's getting pretty beat here.
It's the kind of stock I think that may actually get bought on the dip. PayPal, different story. Just compare it to, because PayPal's been this relentless downtrend. Bag holders everywhere. Airbnb's story, yes, if you go back to 2021, it's been a downtrend, but in the last 6 months, it's been trending up here. If a money manager is starting to look at like, what can I buy? And again, we got to wait for the CPI, because 8:30 could change the whole narrative here. I mean, if they come in and inflation is hot, Katie bar the door, everything's getting the beats. So if inflation is okay, though, and even light, then they'll be looking for growth to buy. Airbnb fits that bill. So CPI will affect this price. The one thing about Airbnb is you're at a critical level here right now. The April low was 107.66. And if we go back even into February, you had 106.53. So I'd say this whole 107 area, taking the Joel Elconin textbook, levels course here, just giving me this insight. So 107, I would say, is your level here on Airbnb. It's interesting that it's trying to hold there. If that can hold there, there's a potential for this to bounce today.
Also, just looking at the some of these other daily lows, and we did have a gap in January, and that's just a small gap between 105.68 and 104.68. So if you're looking for an absolute smoke in here, closer to the 105 area, there you go. That's the setup for Airbnb. No signs of a bounce yet. Also, keep an eye on your pre-market low if you're waiting till the regular session to strike, because was it SWKS from yesterday?
Yes,
Did you see it,
was.
man?
Skyworks.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah, they climbed that one back,
and then they bounced it. So it didn't bounce. Well, actually, it did bounce off. Oh my gosh, off the opening tick. Look at that chart. They opened that thing at the low, and it never looked back. Again, these openings, we talk about this. Sometimes you just get that opening, and then that is such a pricing point. You buy that opening on SWKS, you take no heat, and the thing goes straight up $8. So they are still looking to buy dips on certain stocks, not the ones that have been trending down, though. Like the PayPal, I really believe is a different story, but just because we even talked about on the show yesterday, we were concerned for the simple reason is that there's just so many bag holders in there. When you're hated, you're absolutely hated. So you never want to see stocks making new 52-week lows. Airbnb is not making a new 52-week low. So that is a big difference here between Airbnb and PayPal. I kind of like the Airbnb at 107, 108.
All right, let's move to new name. I called it Downstop for a little bit. Now I'm calling it Jumpstart because it got the jump start right here. Let's get to the action here. Upstart definitely getting a little bit of a lift today. You guys can see it. EPS at a loss of 47 cents, beat the loss of 81-cent estimate. Sales of 103 million, missed 108.96 million estimate. They do see Q2 revenue at 135 million versus 133.15 million estimate. And they see Q2 adjusted EBITDA at break even. Definitely get into Jumpstart.
What's interesting in this market, I was calling this a random walk because you have Upstart and then you have Affirm. And if you can show the two earnings, they are virtually identical. You've got the still losing money, burning cash, the beat. The guidance was okay. The sales missed on Upstart, but Affirm actually, if you go to their earnings, AFRM, I can just read them just because I'm doing it right now. Same thing, losing money, but beat the estimates. They actually beat on sales, which Upstart did not do. And they actually did raise revenue guidance here too, up to 309 to 415 million. Analyst estimates were at 389 million. So Affirm actually was really decent. I'd say better than the upstart quarter, just if you're taking those numbers at face value. But they wanted to buy the upstart. It was, there's 30% short interest, probably helps to squeeze them there too. It was ripping and ripping and ripping. And as soon as upstart was ripping that hard and a firm had not reported yet, I was already thinking, oh man, this is not good for a firm. Because remember, we always say it's stupid. But, if you got two companies that, are traded together, an upstart and a firm are often traded together. Usually you don't want to be the second one to report if they're really buying the first one, because then it immediately raised the bar for a firm. A firm actually did good, but upstart in that 2 minutes before raised the bar up for a firm, and then they hit a firm. So, I mean, if you just take these two quarters at face value, I thought the Affirm quarter actually almost looks better on the numbers. But here you got Upstart going up 39%, Affirm going down 8%. This is what the market we deal with when algos are driving everything.
Wow, this Upstart snuck into the 21 handle, 21.75. I have nothing for you there. I would have said I might have been holding out for 22 there. So if in fact they can rally this $2 more, 21.75, two highs at the 22 area right here back in February, both in February. Where to buy this thing? Well, you can drill down on your shorter term charts to figure that out. Affirm, I was looking at Affirm on the at the close show, and I looked at the $13 area just because there was a couple highs there at 13.33. So you did get some confluence there. The pre-market high just above that, 13.33 and 13.75. But now you got to look at support now, and I would look at the close from yesterday. Yesterday was 12. Oh, you got two closes at the $12 area. So 12 is going to be resistance. And I don't know. Let's see if you could get above yesterday's low, 11.54. Boom, you may have a chance to test the close. But that's a little bit more of a squirrely chart than the Upstart. But nice move in both of them, I guess, if you're long one and short the other. But Dennis, way to keep calm and make money and analyze the expectations on the fly. I think that's a pretty hard thing to do.
All right, it's 8:27, team. I just want to really quickly advise, right, in 3 minutes, we are going to get CPI, so definitely be alert. You don't got to yell at me in chat. I'm alert too. I'm ready to go for this because I think it's going to be a big number, and it could determine how the market moves today.
It's going to be big, and they're choppy here ahead of it here too. We're chopping around a little bit there. So it is going to be big, and it's going to, obviously, we're going to have to reanalyze. I'm going to leave you for a few minutes here. I'm hoping to come back. We come in line, we're going to equal more chop. We come in hot, they're going to hammer them. We come in not, meaning that we come in light, they're going to buy them. So this is just take it at face value numbers here, I think.
So you know what? I forgot I have a U of M student coming on right now to update us on Proto Labs. Is that okay?
Yeah, Joel. Okay.
Yeah, if we do
Joel
that.
always schedules a U
Poor
of M.
kid.
We love those segments.
He's
He always
get some
schedules
messages today,
Okay, hey Dennis, I'll send the schedule to you. You can start doing the scheduling, okay? And then we can
Joel, poor kid. He's gonna get a message today because of you now.
I know. Okay, we're gonna let Dennis go wide here, and Dennis, you got what we have here. My trade station clock is off. That kind of bothers me. What exact time do you have right now, Dennis or Mitch? Exact time to the second.
8:28:31.
Okay, so mine's actually a little bit fast. I got 8:28:40 right now. I'm looking at my clock on my trade station. That's what I go by.
Mine is spot on because mine's linked right in. So I can tell you right now, 8:28:45. If you're listening, you're going to be delayed 5 seconds here. Because it's always delay. 8:28:50, 51,
51, 52,
David C.
54, 55, baby.
Right on.
David C. fell for that I was bringing on the U of M student.
Oh, man. Look at Joel messing with these guys. All right, so the estimate, guys, is 5% year over year. We're not talking core. We're talking 5%. Prior was 5%. So we don't even expect it to go down. I think that's
it better go down. It better go down.
And so one thing that I'd point out,
I'll be back.
I'll show you guys right now, and I'm going to show you guys before we get some price action here. The 12-month percentage change. What do you see going there in the negative? Energy. That's what's been bringing us down. That's why I'm a little bit concerned going into this report. Because if energy was the one that was bringing us down, we just got a recent spike in crude, right? Of course, it didn't really last, but
Nope.
It's when the reading was taken that's going to be very important here. Core month over month estimated at 0.4, prior 0.4. Going to be really watching here. We got 9 seconds left for this.
I'm not jumping the gun. I'm not going to let the algos fool me. I am not going to let the algos fool me.
We'll see about that one.
It looks light. I would say it looks light. It looks light to me. Super light. Super light. We didn't make a new high on the session yet, but the initial reading is light, Mitch. Do you have it for me yet?
I'm looking. You know,
It's
the
light.
algos are fast.
It's light. It's super light. It's like negative. Like we've got to cut rates right now. I mean, we're great. I'm not cut rates. Raise rates. We're ripping. We're ripping. We're at yesterday's high already, folks. Mitch, let me know when you get the numbers.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Actually, 41.53 is your first stopping point on the upside. Let me know what you got, Mitch.
I got 4.9% over the last 12 months. That goes underneath the 5%. So that's a good outlook there. Index, all including less food and energy. The core is at 0.4. So that comes in line. And then year over year is at 5.5 for core. So at 5.5, that's exactly our estimate. Prior was 5.6. So pretty much everything coming in line, if anything, a little bit light with a 4.9 reading here on the CPI. So there you guys have it. I'll look a little bit deeper into the report now to see what's happening there. Gasoline was up. So at least I wasn't crazy to think that they would get a spike in energy there. And we did get a spike in energy, and it didn't cause us to go over that 5%. We're actually in the positives here for energy, up about 0.6 seasonally adjusted. So that just goes to show us that, yeah, it did get a little bit of a spike. Where are we coming down? That's where I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, where are we coming down? Ha! They wonder where they got that reading. Okay, let's set things up technically there. I don't know if you had a buy stop in. I'm not sure where you got filled. If you had a buy stop limit in, I'm not sure where you got filled. But right now, this is where the onus is on the bulls. The onus is on the bulls is to take it over 41.53. Now our intraday high from yesterday, we're by that. That was 42 or 45 and a quarter. But the Globex high, also your close on, what's today, Wednesday? Your close on Monday was 52 and a half. Your Globex high yesterday was 53. 52.75 is the high. That's what the bulls have to do here. Mitch, give us some more details on that number.
Yeah, I'm looking in here. I show you guys a report right here from the website, right, where I get a lot of the information. One of the things that I see going down, of course, is utility pipe gas service. That natural gas, baby, it's cheap right now. And that's actually bringing the prices down right there. You can see the negative 4.9. Prior was negative 7.1. Before that, negative 8.0. And then look in January 2023, that was at 6.7. So we've really taken that off. That's definitely helping. Overall energy still coming down over a 12-month period, and that helps us also. So there you guys see at least food got a little bit of a spike. We still haven't seen complete turnaround in shelter either.
All right, we're fading a little bit here. We're fading off that area. I'd be a little bit careful if you bought that dip near the 41.50 areas. We're running into a little problems at Tuesday's Globex high. Mitch, on comparisons here. Oh, look at that. Got a University of Michigan professor on. I mean, now that's money right there. You get a U of M professor on. Just as I mentioned U of M. I mean, you just can't. I should have wore a U of M shirt today. Instead, I got the FAU. But Mitch, what about comparisons? Because I did hear some chatter, some things that I read over the weekend that, we're coming off a pretty easy comparisons, right? Because inflation was really ripping, a year or so to go. So are we getting a little bump, a little favoritism over that because we are comparing against such a high number?
Yeah, it's a common thing, right? I mean, when we're going to always compare over year numbers, if we are in a downtrend, then we should continue looking better and better as we keep going month to month, right? Because as you get closer towards the end of the year, you're going to be closer towards those numbers that we're going down already, right? Not numbers that we're going up. And so I think you're completely right on that. And this is why we always think in the long run that, yeah, you'll start getting these readings to come down as long as inflation's not just completely taken off still. So the trend is here. And it's definitely telling us that the trend on inflation is coming down. Yes, maybe not 2% yet, but I mean, to get in the 4s already,
That's
I think
nice.
it has to
I
be a
mean, I
victory
know.
for the Fed.
I know.
Has to
I
be a
know.
victory for the Fed. I mean, let's just
Yeah,
be
I
honest,
think
right?
I told you when that not this meeting, but the meeting before, Powell was just so smug. He was just like, just like I got this, man. I went through a pandemic. I know what's going on here. I had to pump money in. Everyone made me. But what we need to do now is okay. We could talk about the futures all we want, but we want to see what the stocks are doing. And what I want to see what the stocks are doing are in relation to two things. One, how are they trading according to the spider, the S&P, and then how are they trading on their own basis here? And let's just go to the big dog here, Apple. That's pretty much staying in line with the market. We're trading up 43 cents here at 172.20. What I would focus on here for Apple would be the high of the move, the high on the earn. We got a double close area along with yesterday's high at 173.50. So that wasn't the high of the move. But I'd keep an eye on that because that was, two closes there and then yesterday's high. So that's your 3-star level in Apple. That's your tech leader. Microsoft was weak the last couple days, but now bouncing back. Not that weak. Look at that. The thing, look at me talking. That thing was weak. It had a move from what, 312 to 306. We'll be looking at the 309 area as a 50% retracement. Spoo's mounting another bid here. They're really trying to push it through this 4153 area. That's your Globex high. Monday's high is a little bit above that. So it's a battle right now, battle of 4150. I just want to check the banks out because they have been under pressure overall. Bank of America, well, not trading up, more, trading above the S&P on a percentage basis, but only up 12 cents. Let's look to the big dog, JP Morgan. How's that trading? That's trading up 67 cents. Let me see if any levels jump out to me. Better hold this 137 for you JP Morgan traders. Yesterday's high, 136.95. That was yesterday's high. JP Morgan. Looks like the Bears are lining up here, 41.50. They're saying, no, 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 no. We're not taking through this through Tuesday's high. Mitch, any other highlights or lowlights from the report?
No, I think this is actually a decent report. At least we're still not seeing the shelter really come down. That's probably going to be one thing that will be talked about. But I mean, after all, with energy rising on this report and yet still going below the estimate, I think that's a very good sign because if we take a look where energy's at right now, it's nowhere where it was last month in the middle of the month, where it was in the 80s, right? So I think that's one thing that we can keep our eye out. And for the next reading, we'll probably get maybe a 70 reading or a 60 reading, and that could actually help us moving forward into the next month.
And now, what are we going to hear about? Oh, go ahead. Oh, Triple D, you're
Joel
back.
Can't hear me because I've been trying to talk, but
Joel's
covering this like nobody's business here, so I was just letting you go, man.
You go. I can't believe
it's 4.9. Let's just call this what it is. This is going to get major press. We're in the fours.
Yeah, we're in the
this
fours.
Is a psychological number here. Like we're in the fours. The press is going to be all over this media all day. We're in the fours. The Fed is winning, soft landing. That whole
pat
narrative
on the back
comes back here. Yeah. And we have been in a range here for the S&P for a long, long time. If there's anything to break us out of this range, it's a 4 number. So I think you're buying this, actually. I know we're up here at 17 handles, and it's like, you come in and you think, okay, well, I'm going to sell this rip. And maybe this market is just so choppy, maybe it'll find a reason. But if you just take it at face value here, I think you're buying it. I think you're buying stocks here. And what I would gravitate to if I was buying stocks is ARKK. I'd be buying growth. Because this is not saying long-term investing here, saying trading. I'm like, these are the stocks that benefit most if the Fed is really done. And this gives more evidence that the Fed might actually be done. So we don't know anything for certain. And I'm not saying, that the bears have lost and the bulls have won. But this is a big hole in the bear thesis once again here. We've been hanging out here at 410 SPY for, the last six weeks doing nothing. If this number can't break us out, then there's issues. Now, again, regional banks, all kinds of things you can worry about here. But just take this number at face value. The information we just got here today makes me want to buy growth names.
Yeah, like well, you know what the next narrative will be? Oh, well, they're not going to do a quarter point at the next meeting. Did you hear that? Can we pull
I think that's already consensus, isn't it? That we're already. What is consensus? Where is the tool, Mitch? Because that's a good question.
I'll take a relook here and see.
I feel like that they're already
it's already locked in. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that they're coming in here and necessarily just buying or going the quarter here. I never thought they were going a quarter at the next meeting. What's the consensus?
I think you're right. But they could say, well, do they need to go a quarter?
No, they don't. Absolutely.
Yeah, 84.5% was already on a pause. After this, I think you're going to start seeing that go closer into the 90s.
I think so too. So how much was it, Mitch?
It was 84.5.
Yeah.
So
this
I think
just adds more fuel.
A nice little 10% add, maybe 95% say pause. And I think that we were already thinking pause, right? I think one of the things that in the chat is saying that but this isn't true. This isn't true about inflation. It doesn't matter. It's what the numbers tell us, right? That's what investors are going to trade on. It doesn't matter what is in the grocery stores. It matters what shows up in the numbers. So I think that's one thing that just to kind of put it out there, guys, sometimes it's not going to be logical, but inflation in the numbers are going down. We need to go off of that more than try to think of it in terms of actual pricing that we're seeing out there. True inflation.
Talk to me about the stocks. Talk to me about what you saw in the stock action. Was it enough?
Well, it's moving with it. They're buying everything here right now. We will see separation. So stocks you don't want to own, don't be chasing consumer staples here this morning. Don't be chasing that kind of stuff because it's been crowded. They've been hiding in those trades because they've been concerned about the market. It's going to be risk on. Right now, at least this morning, and I think it continues, is the risk on. So I naturally think about all the growthy names. I mean, maybe the Airbnb pullback is now more viable than it was just a few minutes ago. Absolutely. So, you at the 107 level. It's here at 109. I haven't taken a position in it yet. I probably will. I probably will today. I haven't decided yet. We'll see, what happens here. Let the dust settle a little bit. But I think you're looking at, if you're a trader here, you are looking at what hasn't gone here. I mean, look at the move that Shopify has had. SHOP. This is nothing short of incredible off of earnings from 45 to 64. We talked about that 40 level and, me and Mitch hate ourselves because we didn't buy it down there. But there's other names that are, growthy like that haven't gone yet. Lots of them. So, I mean, you can just, and if you just want to own them all,
Dennis,
you just want to own them all, ARKK.
Watch your offers.
That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. I'm
I don't
going
mind
to ARKK
right
and look and going underneath the hood to see what can move today. So Unity has earnings after the bell, and that's why I'm calling that one out already. It seems like it's taken off already. Moved from 28 to 28.85 here off of the report.
These can have big moves. That Unity, and again, we don't have the report and we don't know, but the Unity, that could be a stock that could move $5-6 off that.
Thank you, Dennis, on that buy recommendation there.
I don't have any buy recommendations.
No. I mean, on the S&Ps. I mean, we are ripping. We
just ripped another 10 here. I said we're 412.75.
There you go, man. Thank you.
I think you got to be looking at the growthy names. I think you're looking at
what?
I don't know why I saw
all-time highs on Apple coming soon. That's what I'm going to call. Look at Apple take off already. Nice little push to 173.
I'm going to stay away from Apple. I'll tell you why. Because it's already ran. It was running up, and it's defensive. Don't kid yourself. They're playing defense on a stock like that. So, and Apple, it's just good for Apple. It's not bad news for anything here. Yeah. But if you really want to the stocks that I think if we go up to 420 SPY on this, it's going to be the Kathy type stocks that lead the way. The stocks that haven't gone yet. There's so many of these, beaten down stocks that, could pull a Shopify. I mean, look at Zoom. You want to see one here? And, again, not long-term investing here. Not saying, I'm investing in Zoom. Look at this thing sitting at the lows, beaten up, but it kind of looks like, it's formed a base. It stopped going down. If you think a stock could go here, if you think stocks are going to go, could it be a stock like that even? Tesla maybe too. Tesla's moving here this morning. Tesla hasn't been sleeping. Tesla could go here on this. It already is. So, we're doing this live. It's only 14 minutes information. But as we get new information, we have to analyze how is the media going to interpret this? Yeah. They're going to come out with headlines of 4s. We hit the 4s. This is bullish.
What does this do for the banking situation? Because even me, that I had like an FAZ swing trade, I can tell you right now, I'm already looking to get out of it because it just seems like the bank worries are slowly going away, Dennis.
It helps for
headline.
sure.
Yeah, this
because
is a
what the
headline.
banks need, the regional banks need lower rates. So now you get an inflation point here that gives you like more confirmation the Fed is likely done. We're not saying pivot, but we're saying pause. This adds to the pause. They need a pause. They need it for sure. The PAC-W is up 8.5% on this right now. I mean, that's telling you, the regionals. You can go to the big money center banks and say, I want to own those, but they're not going to move as much because they're not beat up as much. But is this good for PAC-W? Absolutely. Is this good for WAL? Absolutely. WAL's up 4% in the pre-market. I think you got to keep all that in mind when you're trading here. The stuff that, was really impacted by higher rates, all of a sudden, maybe that gets us out of here too. I think this number is very bullish.
This is the Kenny Glick rally, basically. He came on at
He was in the chat. He
said
came in for a little victory.
He predicted the bull market.
He said, "Take care, y'all. I'm ready to
now.
sleep. I'm selling and going to sleep."
You know what? I don't know if if I've already mentioned this, but Kenny said one thing, and I just want to reiterate it. Was the PayPal from yesterday? He thought it was going to bounce. He thought it was going up. He gave it a try. He got smacked in the face, and he said, "Okay, I'm done." He didn't try and revenge trade it. He didn't try and short it, which probably would have been a good idea. But he's just like, okay, this is not working. Let me see what else I can go to on my plate. And he went to Palantir. Palantir bumping up against yesterday's high.
That takes out to 10. That's hot too then.
Yeah. Yep.
We're going here on the S&Ps here right now. And people are saying, you can't chase. Are we chasing here though? Really? Let's stop and analyze. Yeah, you're chasing 29 handles here now. We weren't chasing 18. You'd be up 12 already from where we were bullish here 5 minutes ago. But we've been in consolidation station here for six weeks. We've been up 410. Are you really chasing? And a lot of stocks like Zoom. You chasing Zoom? You're not chasing Zoom. You're buying it on the lows. Are you chasing Airbnb? Definitely not chasing Airbnb here today. There's a pile of stocks that are sitting here not too far from the lows that could get ignited by this. So I'm not saying you got to go chase Microsoft and Apple. That's why I'm probably not buying those today. Those have already had their run.
What about Amazon or Google?
There's a play to buy. Amazon
I like
and Google
Amazon.
have been sleepy. So
Amazon
Google
here.
might be a buy here. But again, if you really want to get aggressive with risk on, think those like nosebleed multiple stocks. Those are the ones.
The zombies. Look at the reaction on Upstart. Look at Upstart's reaction. That tells us a lot.
People are talking about that. People are looking what else could go here.
Yeah,
they are.
I mean, we're going to be looking into the ditches today.
I was bullish 13 handles ago, and I'm still bullish here today. I think we're buying pullbacks. I did buy AMD yesterday. I did buy AMD on the pullback there. I know I'm not getting at my 88.5. 88.90. I basically chased it. I got it at 93. I almost got the low yesterday. Pretty proud of myself. I got it 93, I think 65. So I don't know what was the low yesterday. 93.42. So I am long AMD, full size position. Couldn't take it. So I did chase it a little bit. I wish I would have listened to myself 3 days earlier at 85 or 90. But anyways, I'm long AMD. I'm going to buy some other stuff here today, all likelihood. I just haven't, I've got to look and do a little bit more homework here. I probably will buy Airbnb today.
Toronto Dave is saying, I still wouldn't touch NVIDIA. Well, look at the move that NVIDIA.
No, I mean, if anything, I wouldn't fight NVIDIA today. I'll tell you that much.
Not fighting it. But why gravitate to those ones? This could be the sneaky, zombie type rally. Let's call for it. I'm going to call it zombie.
Yeah, the trash. Look in the trash today.
There's a lot of stocks sitting in the lows. People are saying chase ARKK. You're not chasing it. ARKK, okay, it
just came off lows.
You're not chasing it that much. It's still sitting way below where it was in February.
Look at that. The old Kathy triple bot, look at all those lows in the same area. How many times? New high in the S&Ps here. We are almost at my top number of the sheet, and that makes me mad. Last Wednesday's
mad.
I am. I was like, lull me into complacency. I only went 30 handles on the upside. And of course, 70 handles on the downside, always looking for the downer thing. But what I think we got to keep things into perspective here. And the high of the move, and I'm not saying we're going here today, but the high of the move was made a week ago Monday at 42.06 and a quarter. I don't have that on my sheet, but I do remember that. A more reasonable number here, oh boy, look at this, 41.6850, would be the high close for the move. You know how I like to focus on the actual high closes for the move? And the high close for the move was made not last Monday, but a week ago last Friday at 41.8850. That's only 20 handles away as we speak. So you know what? The market wanted something, and
It got everything
CPI,
it wanted here today.
Yeah.
One thing that we've been talking. I talked about this about 3 weeks ago. Would we go into a stage 3 of the Golden Cross, which is that expansion mode? Yes, we slowed it down and we retraced, which is stage 2. Now it looks like stage 3 is here, and so it's going to be very, very hard for me to turn bearish again. It's going to have to take like complete destruction of regional banks.
Got tarnished a little bit. Is that what happened? I never heard of the tarnished. Have you heard of the tarnished Golden Cross? All right. Do we want to do?
I do hate the Golden Cross, Paul. I absolutely hate Golden Crosses.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up, Dennis.
I like crisscross.
Mitch.
He threw it out there just because
he's a hockey player. He thin ice out there, man.
Come on, baby.
Out, man.
You think I'm worried, baby?
But let's give it perspective here. Let's give it perspective because everybody feels like we're chasing here. We're not chasing. We've been in consolidation for 6 weeks. This could actually break us out of the consolidation. So, and again, if you're going into Apple's and Microsoft, yeah, you're chasing those prices.
Yes.
Pick your stocks. I'm picking stocks that have not gone yet, or stocks that have actually been beat up a little bit here. So I think there's some opportunities here. I do think Kathy's going to have a fantastic day here today. ARKK is up 30 cents from where we were talking about it just 5 minutes ago here, so it's already up 1%. Now it's up 1.75% here. I don't think this is a day, and it's just, and I may be wrong. I have no crystal ball. Maybe they pull the rug out from under it. I don't feel like this is a rug pull day. I feel like this rally is real, and I think it's deserved.
How about waste management if we're buying trash?
No, why would I buy waste management? That is a defensive stock. So this is the kind of stock you do not want to buy.
Dennis.
I know he was trying to do a joke, but I took it serious. So
okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, do it.
So here's your recipe.
What about like Twilio that got pounded?
Maybe. Well, look at Roblox. Bring up Roblox. Kenny Glick, Kenny Glick is
the
awesome.
Stocks that got pounded today.
Kenny was talking about Roblox. Look at Roblox. It went green. Roblox just came back green. It was down 10% when Kenny was talking about it. It's back green. Kenny, you are awesome. We love you.
Will Twilio be one of those? Because
would I buy Twilio on the pullback? Maybe. If you're ever going to buy on a day, $45 here, maybe. Again, Twilio's been in such a wicked downtrend, though, so it's like a PayPal almost. There's better ones there.
It does look like a PayPal chart.
It does look like PayPal, so maybe there's better opportunities there. I'd rather buy Airbnb. So I'd rather buy Airbnb. It's down $20. There's other stocks here too, though. Like I said,
there's one that's going today, Celsius Holdings. We talked about that just earlier this week with Zach's #1 rating, and look at that takeoff, man.
What's the news there?
Earnings 40 cents on EPS, beat 20-cent estimate. Sales of 260 million, beat the 217.65 million estimate. CELH taking another step higher and really pushing strong. We just talked about this just a couple days
yesterday, yeah. 122.24. That's your all-time high on that. If that's your target, that was made on December 13th. But maybe we could find some trashy stocks in the TradeZero filter.
Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll set that up here. Let me go ahead and get this going here, team. Give me 1 second, team, to get my charts up. I didn't have my chart up there, so 2 seconds here. And of course, No, it's okay. You pitched it to me. I should have been ready. All right, there we go. I got it up here. Let's go ahead. Let's pull it up. Let's take a look at the change up because we're seeing everything kind of move up right now. So let's take a look here to see what we're seeing and maybe something that we're not talking about. You've been talking about this, Dennis. The ALB that already gotten moving.
Oh,
the
yeah.
last couple of days.
I bought this again, so I bought it bad, and then I bought more. I think at 176 or 177.
Nice.
So I pulled a Netflix here. Remember, I did that with Netflix. I bought it bad the first time, and I doubled down, and then actually I tripled down. I think on Netflix, and then Netflix ended up being really good for me. I think ALB is going to be the same story. I'm long ALB. I'm long LTHM. I still like lithium. These are in the long-term accounts. LTHM is going, man. It's $25 here now. So you still have your LTHM? It's come all the way back, Joel. Remember me and Mitch told you not to sell and then went straight down? Let's come back to these levels.
It still looks good.
I sold a little bit of it. I'm
in ALB. I'm in
to buy some regional banks.
sounds
fabulous. I won't argue with you.
All right, let's move to EA. What about EA? That did report today. That's getting a little bit of a lift there. Let's go to the 15 minutes.
And it's come
nice
all the way back up here now. So it's a good. I like EA, and I wish I would have. I actually did buy this back in like the 112 area, and then I sold out of it. So I was just dumb. I kind of had a feeling it eventually would come back. EA seems to always come back, but now 130, you're up at major resistance on this. This is not the stock you're chasing here today. It's just major resistance. So I think there's better stuff.
If it holds 130, I mean, I don't want to, on a day like this, the market's ripping. I'm looking at this December 6 high of 130. You got a couple other pesky highs there. So what I'd be careful on this one is, you go 130, 130 and a half. I'm just giving a scenario here, 132. And then, boom, someone comes in and is like, okay, sell me $1 million down to 128 or so, with that one kind of scenario, and you come back down. But 130, big swing level in EA, Take-Two. I don't know when that reports. Take-Two, that's getting a little bit of move, not a huge move. ATVI, I know it's all about the merger. Not too much there. What else you got for us, Mitch?
All right, I'm seeing here Netflix up today. That's one that I've been watching on the daily chart to see if it was going to get moving. That's a nice little move in the last 3 days. So let's see if this could really get this moving. You can see kind of a trend line here, like kind of this. This is what I was looking at before. And now that it did that nice little bunch up here around the 331s, lows of yesterday at 329.74. 329.74 today looks like right there. Boom. What do you think?
Are you drawing that on TradeZero?
Yeah, come on, man.
Nice. Wow, holy mackerel!
I'm learning.
Woo, boy, oh boy. Well, this
I like that chart. I like that line you just drew. I like that.
Yeah.
You know what? This Netflix is sleepy here too. This could go too. I'm with you. I like Netflix.
Yeah. Well, I wish we would have taught this a couple of weeks ago at 320. We only had like a half a dozen lows there. But the fall off from you got some room in this one. I see a pair of pesky 344. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good level. Next target, I guess, on the upside, based on the price information I have right now, next target would be 338.39.
We'll see what happens there on that one.
Disney does report tonight, so good point by the chat. That will impact Netflix as well. So just keep that in mind if you're buying. Obviously, if Disney Plus subscribers,
I could see them running it today.
Yeah, Disney and again, this Disney here at this 95 to 100 is just a buy area here, and it's starting to break out of here now. I don't know what to say on this. It's obviously now going to go into earnings. I think any dip on Disney on earnings could get bought too. So we'll see. I had this, I bought it, and then I spooked myself out with PAC-W about 3-4 weeks ago when the regional started to go back down there again. I think I sold back out of this. I only had a half-size position. I got to go check it.
Which one are you talking about?
And then I sold Disney. I think I bought it, and it reports tonight. Reason we went to this because Netflix. So we know Disney will move with Netflix. Like Netflix will move with Disney. So instead of just going rah bullish Netflix, you don't want to see Disney get hit on Disney Plus subscribers. I do think Disney Plus is having a rough time here. So that is one concern with Disney. But I also think that they're still firing on all cylinders in the parks. So it's going to be interesting, this Disney.
I just caught this out of the corner of my eye. I'm going to hop off here in a minute. But we could go to the down filter after this. How many months in a row do you think inflation has declined? And if you were looking at your TV, you're going to know.
Forever. It's been a lot.
It's been a long time. It's a trend.
We were 9.1. We're 4.9. It's been a lot. How many months?
10th month in a row.
10 months. It makes sense. Yeah. Think about what we've come down. So the Fed winning. They're winning.
That's why I was concerned.
It's a possibility.
That's why I was concerned with the OPEC little trick that they did, if they were going to make it to get above the 5%. But no, it didn't happen, team. And with that not happening, I think we're clear for takeoff. We'll see. Do
we want to look at the down filter for stocks to buy?
And I mean, unless you're looking for stocks that, exactly. Like you said, unless you're looking for stocks to buy, like Airbnb shows up there. What else do we see?
I may buy the Airbnb here today.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'm definitely looking at it. It's got a level here. It's one of those stocks. I think money managers.
I mean, some bulls got trapped, right?
I think it sets up well. Under 109, I think it sets up well.
Yeah, it seems interesting. Nice support level right there, right around the 108, 107.50s. I could risk.
You got a good level there.
So we'll see what happens there. Bros, baby, the bros, baby. Did someone
Are you
say
buying
Dutch
the bros today?
Did someone say Dutch bros? Did someone say? Oh, look, I even destroyed my camera. I'm trying to do that one.
Still coffee all over it.
The old
Dutch
coffee
bros,
spell.
baby. Nah, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you exactly what's going on in Dutch Bros, why I don't like them right here. And I always like to give you guys a little bit of extra news. And what is hitting Dutch Bros is not necessarily only their report. Look into their report. Same shop sales versus prior year. What do you see there? Negative.
Don't like that.
No bueno.
Never want to see that. Never want to see that.
No bueno. So you guys know I look underneath the hood. I say no on Bros.
I love that look underneath the hood because I was looking, the Bros, nice level at 30. You just show me that number. I was like, no, thank you. So sometimes you just got to look at it. Because I actually was looking, I was like, you couldn't, you got nice support, $29.70 to $30. But now you show me that number. I'm scared. You never want to see same store sales decline. You never want to see that. Not on something that's supposed to be a growth engine.
I got you guys. I looked into it. I wanted to see what happened there with Bros. So I think it'll be a no touch. Maybe Starbucks, but that's maybe something you want to take.
All right, hey, we're going to leave you guys on the highs of the session here. 41.69. We're trading 41.68.5. Your next daily high coincides with your high of the move, and that was pretty much a double close area. 85.75, 88.50. Next daily high comes in at 41.91.50. Where to buy this on a pullback? Leave it to your shorter term charts. Really fun show today. Thanks to
buying dips.
Click. Yep.
Buying full dip buying mode.
Buying dip. Buying trash.
Man. Buying dips.
Yesterday was trash day. I wish it would have been today.
Today is trash day. So
you got it wrong, baby.
Trash day here. Somebody said, you're talking about all the trashy stocks. You
got
it,
what?
Man.
You got it. Exactly.
Is the day for trash. At least this morning, I'm feeling like the trash could catch a bid. So there's not all the time. Not long-term portfolios. Separated traders. Never put trash in your long-term portfolios. But right now, for today, maybe a few days here, maybe some swing trades. Trash could get hot. There's room to 420 on S&P. We go to 420, you're going to want to own some trash.
Dennis, you might be right on the oil trade because I think it's going to turn around today. That's one that I had was looking good, and I'm probably cutting out towards the open here.
And people ask me about Oxy. So I do have a small position in Oxy, but I've sold all of the trade before the earnings. I didn't want to take it through the earnings. So I'm looking at the pullback in Oxy. I'll probably let the dust settle. I'm not jumping on this right off the hop today. I probably will buy some here towards the end of the day, but let's see what happens. Oxy, OXY was not a great quarter. The numbers were not great. I do think Warren Buffett will buy more here, though. So I still think he got a good support level, 57 to 58. But there's no reason to chase Oxy here. That report was not very good.
Yeah, I'll tell you at least WTI saw it spike with that report, and it's getting back there towards 74. I've talked about I did not want to see it go back to 75. 75 just tells me it wants maybe 80, and I'm not sticking around for that. So more than likely we'll just get cutting out of XOM for I think I'm like almost break even right now. I got 109.76. It's at 109.82.
Careful with those shorts right now. Careful.
Yeah, exactly. So if anything, what am I going to do? Just going to peace out at the open here and get the hell out and start looking for the next moves. ARKK, definitely those types of names will be on watch. we'll see what happens with names like that. I got Unity on my watch today.
I like the Unity. Again, we have earnings. Hard to take a stock through the report here, but could lift into. I think you got room to 30 ahead of the report here today.
Yeah,
like
look
Unity
at
could be one that they're thinking about. They're buying. Shorts would be. You want to be short Unity going into the report? Not saying there's a lot of shorts, but there's always some. I wouldn't want to be short Unity going into that report. I think if there's a trade here to be long Unity today, selling it at like 359 before the report here, I think there's room to 30 on Unity today. Just my opinion.
Yeah, and I'll be looking for other names to kind of get a little bit of a lift too, right? Even Coinbase could get a lift today, right? It's not something that I really like, but I'll be honest.
Bitcoin is I can't say Bitcoin is trash because I will get the hate.
Yeah, you will get some real hate.
But Bitcoin sometimes trades with the trash.
I like
the trash. I didn't say Bitcoin was trash, Bitcoiners. I said it sometimes trades with the trash. So I wouldn't be surprised if the trash rallies, that Bitcoin rallies as well.
I'll give you one last one to check out because we will be doing an interview right here on Benzinga. We're going to be interviewing Sports Radar. So if you guys like a little bit of sports betting, want to take a little bit into Sports Radar. Of course, there's two major companies when we're talking sports data, right? Sports Radar and Genie. Of course, you guys know I've been holding the Genie bag for too long. So maybe S-Rad could tell me something good here. We'll see what happens with those type of names. Catch the interview, of course, at 11 a.m. on live trading. We're going to wrap it up. Let Dennis go do what he does best, my friend. Go get to it.
Good luck.
Keep calm. Folks. Make money, my friend. Keep calm.
We try.
Go get it, Dennis. All right, guys, it's going to do it for us today. Smash the like. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's show. It was definitely one of those where might need another coffee team, but smash the like. Are you guys ready for the market? I know I'm ready. This is what the market's all about. And I think that sometimes people get like kind of too attached to the prior thinking. Yeah, I even put out on Twitter that I thought that CPI could come in hot. Am I going to be attached to that? No. I'm just going to go with what I got. What I got is a new change. I got to adjust. I'm looking in the trash today to see what could get moving, and we'll keep an eye on it, right? As simple as things can change, team. We got to be what? Nimble, quick, and be able to be flexible, right? We'll see what happens today. Smash the like. I hope you guys enjoyed all the action. Let's see if we can get to 400 likes today, team. We've been struggling on the like game. So I would appreciate if you guys could take 1 second here to smash that like button before we get out of here. And we'll see. XOM still talking PXD. We'll see what happened there. And definitely, it's good to see you guys in the chat. Richard, Anthony, Sam, PJ, all you guys, the locals, definitely hit thebid.com. Check him out. You guys know my man, the Warlock. We'll see you next time, team. And like always, keep up with all the action. Let's keep going here. We got a long day, and it's going to be a good one, of course. Let's go get into the battling. Live trading coming up next.